New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. An Australia state is testing out a new app that uses facial recognition technology to ensure that residents are complying with the pandemic home quarantine orders. The app, listed as Home Quarantine SA in app stores and unveiled by the South Australian government August 23rd, uses geolocation and facial recognition software to track those quarantining themselves. The South Australian Prime Minister Stephen Marshall also stated that all South Australians who are ordered to quarantine must download the app to their phones. The app ensures that citizens comply with quarantine orders by contacting people at random and asking them to provide proof of their location within 15 minutes. Citizens then share their location with the government or provide live face check-ins to confirm that they are their registered quarantine address. Quote, we don't tell them how often or when or at random basis they have to reply within 15 minutes. Under South Australia's current pandemic guidelines, health officials and law enforcement officers can direct citizens to quarantine in their homes or in quarantine hotels for 14 days. People who break quarantine face up to $1,000 fine. Individuals who miss their geolocation check-ins will receive a follow-up phone call where they will have to discuss why they missed the notification, and if they missed that, a compliance officer may visit their home. Quote, we just use it, the app, to verify that people are where they say that they are going to be during the home quarantine base. The app's pilot program begins August 23rd and contains 50 people, though Marshall told ABC that he plans on a statewide adoption. Quote, I think every Southern Australian should feel pretty proud that we are the nation pilot for the home-based quarantine app. A similar app known as G2G, now and developed by the Australian technology firm Genvis, is used by West Australian government to monitor quarantine. Use of the app is voluntary except for individuals traveling from high-risk jurisdictions. Quote, performing quarantine check-ins is now quick, fun, and easy thanks to G2G Now. Well, the reason that you see so much redacted stuff or things that are covered up is because I know how sensitive YouTube is, right? And they like to state that, hey, you're putting out false information and different things like that and yada yada yada, right? So the main reason that I wanted to bring up this video is because I've in a sense touched on this type of technology back when everything first started, and even a little bit before then. And they stated that this was technology that they were going to implement to basically help, right? So that it'll easily verify government workers who basically get it. It was going to roll out to them first in the United States. And then after that, I guess they were going to use it for everybody else. And basically, a little bit later on, they talked about back in 2020, like, hey, we're going to start to open up, things back up. And to make it a little bit easier, we're going to have this app that is going to have your health records directly on there, and that it'll basically be green if you basically have it, and it'll show if you don't have it, right? So that would be the key card to, in a sense, opening up the whole world, right? Meaning getting prizes or whatever it is, going to baseball games, football games, being on airplanes, going to cruises, and taking all other types of trips, and going to work, and a variety of other things. So like I said before, don't be too surprised if this is implemented in such a way that it will become necessary. Look at the stories that are directly in front of you, some of which you can happen to search up for yourself. I'm not going to go over each and every single story. I just specifically wanted to go over the one dealing with Australia, because it's not that it's not like it's that far-fetched that something like this wouldn't indeed take place in the United States, seeing how you already had a few judges try to put their foot down on a few things like, well, if you don't want jail time or prison time, well, you could take option A, right? And you can decide to do that, and you'll either have less time or you won't serve any time at all. Or you can take option B, which means that you'll get your full time, if not maybe a little bit more. Or just like the story with the mother who ended up having her child directly taken away from her because she did not take the other option, right? So, like I said, don't be too surprised if this is implemented and it, in a sense, starts to trickle down and stops people from doing their normal everyday activities. Remember, in Australia, they said that you are supposed to be at home. So if you're not at home when that checkup comes, then there's going to be some problems. And you're going to, have to face a call. It's almost, in a sense, if you think about it, as if they're in jail, or at least those people who are for the trial. It's almost as if they're in jail or if they're on parole and they have to, make sure to call and check in and let them know, like, hey, this is where I'm at, da 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 da, and all this other stuff. But, like I said before, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm misinterpreting, what it is that I read, right? But if you don't believe me, I will also have the video for this located on the IG page, so that you can freely hear everything that is being said and you can check it out as well. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that's stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.